Hello, I'm Cole Powell, award-winning singer-songwriter from Random Mind Records. If you enjoy what you hear, be sure to like, subscribe, comment, click the bell for notifications. Consider supporting us on Patreon for exclusive perks, including polls and long-form reactions. Also, be sure to check out our brand new arts and media podcast, Words Like That, hosted by me, wherever you get your podcasts. All right, now I'll shut up and get to it.
Can't handle words like that. Words like that. No, no, no.
This is Johnny Cash covering Bruce Springsteen, Further On Up the Road, from his The Rising album. And I had one of our regular viewers, big Springsteen fan, recommend going back and checking out Bruce's version of this before we played the Johnny Cash cover. It had been a long time since I heard it. So I already went and listened to it, and now I'm going to play a clip for reference because apparently the Johnny Cash version is going to be quite a bit different. So I'm going to play about a 30-second clip here of Bruce's version, and then we'll get into the Johnny reaction. Here we go. All right, so we get the idea. I said this in my reaction to this. It's available on Patreon. The whole album reaction is available on Patreon in 2 parts. This was one of my favorite tracks from the Rising record. Very much a dark, like modern Southern rock. Kind of reminded me of some later John Fogerty, the later Swamp era, like with Premonition, maybe from Fogerty's 90s catalog. The production on it was very much a pop 2000s pop rock. As far as the overall sound, not necessarily the instrumentation, but the overall sound had like the sensibilities of the mixing of 2000s pop rock. Really enjoyed the track. Johnny Cash, one of the greatest artists of all time, maybe the greatest country artist of all time. I'd definitely say the greatest outlaw country artist of all time. He kind of invented the genre. So let's see how Johnny interprets this track from Bruce. Oh yeah, nice. It's like already this acoustic, dark folk country. Oh yeah, man, love the mix on this too. Really got
where
this.
The road is dark.
Yes, this is perfect for him.
And
Perfect.
the seed is sown. Where the gun is cocked, as the bullet's cold. Where the miles are marked in the blood and the gold. I'll meet you farther on up the road.
Man.
Got on my dead man suit and my smiling skull ring, my lucky graveyard boots.
File ain't coming. All right, stop it right there. This is fantastic. We just listened to that clip of Bruce, what the original version was. It was this dark rock, up-tempo affair. Now, Johnny, I don't know if he arranged this himself or he worked with the producer or something to arrange this, but he's taken this song and he stripped it down. He slowed it down. He's turned it into an acoustic affair, very much in the folk country tradition. This is obviously at the end of Johnny's career. I'm not sure what year this came out. The video was released 5 years ago, which obviously that was after Johnny Cash had passed away, so clearly that's not the release year of the track. So let me know when this actually came out. It sounds like the same era as Hurt, another phenomenal cover from Johnny Cash. And this just fits Johnny's vibe so well, and it fits his voice so well. as much as I love the Bruce version, because as I said, that was one of my favorite tracks from that record, really from Bruce's later catalog, I think from a personal preference standpoint, I actually am liking Johnny's version better, and that's no insult meant to Bruce. I mean, he's the originator. He did a great version of the song, but man, this is really hitting me differently than Bruce's version here. Kind of like in the same way that Hurt different from the Nine Inch Nails version. All right, let's get back to it.
And a song to sing. I got a song to sing. It keeps me out of the cold.
Man.
And I'll meet you further on up the road. Further on up the road. Further on up the road.
Man.
Where the way is dark and the night is cold.
Man,
One sunny morning we'll rise, I know, and I'll meet you further on up the road.
Man. This has a lumbering quality too, very much a Western, like you could see this as part of a Western soundtrack or playing in a specific scene in a Western film.
Now I've been out in the desert, just doing my time, searching through the dust, looking for a sign. If there's a light up ahead, well, brother, I don't know, but I got this fever burning in my soul.
Man.
Further on up the road, further on up the road, further on up the road, further on up the road. One sunny morning we'll ride.
I don't have the lyrics pulled up, and I don't know the Bruce version well enough to compare, but I'm not sure. I'm thinking there were more lyrics on the Bruce version than this. Maybe not.
As I know, and I'll meet you further on up the road.
Yeah. Man, that was fantastic. And the thing about this, again, comparing it to what he did with Nine Inch Nails' Hurt and made it his own, it hits differently because Bruce is singing this. When Bruce is singing this, he's like maybe, his 50s, maybe early 60s. I can't remember how old Bruce was when The Rising came out. And I said in the reaction to the Bruce version that this song, to me, is very much about death. Well, it hits completely differently when you hear Johnny Cash at the end of his run on this earth singing a song like this, Meeting You on Further Up the Road. And I feel like there's an element of hope to this, that like maybe he'll see you in paradise. I said this in the Bruce version. And Johnny Cash did a lot of gospel, and Bruce has a lot of religious imagery in his stuff, even though he doesn't specifically do gospel. Johnny Cash did a lot of gospel, and I feel like we got that kind of quality. Like there was a gospel, a mournful yet also hopeful, I'll see you in eternity vibe to this song, specifically Johnny's rendition. Yeah, that was excellent all the way around. I love the production, just basic, stripped out acoustic guitar. There's a little violin in there. Johnny's raw, rough, aged vocals. I don't mean that insultingly, but you can tell that he's got that grit in there, and it's just perfect for this style of music. I am so glad this one won the poll, and we got to check this one out. I've got to check out more material from that era, from the end of his career, from the Hurt era, because I don't know a lot of that. I know a lot of his earlier hits, not some of his later work. I'd really be interested to check some more of that out. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Consider supporting us on Patreon, and we'll see you soon.